Besides this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for inheritance.
So it said, so the Bible just said that God gave us knowledge. So the knowledge is this Bible right here. He gave us these laws for our knowledge and our heritage. That's what our heritage is. So what do we like to say? We like to say BET is our heritage. We like to say what else? Hip hop and rap music. But guess what? Who runs the hip hop industry? Is it our people who owns this record labels and stuff? It's a white man, exactly. So how can that be our heritage if a white man is the one running the labels and stuff? Who makes the rules to govern you to let you know what you can rap about? It's a different nation because they want us to be in a lower state.
Bring it up. Cars and it started with a fly. You've been sitting in the church while your pastor teaching lies. We after the world domination for the blacks, Hispanics, and all of the natives, for Dominicans and Haitians and Jamaicans.
All right, what's your father? Where your father from?
He's black.
He black? Okay. According to the Bible, more than likely you be from the tribe of Judah.
Right.
So what we're doing, we teaching nationality. We teach our people their nationality according to the Bible. Because this book is actually a history book. And we're going to prove that. We're going to get Deuteronomy. All right, yeah, you can get that.
The book of Numbers, chapter 1 and verse 18. And they assemble all the congregation together on the first day of the second month.
So what we're doing, we're showing you how to prove what your nationality is according to the Bible. Because you said that you're mixed. But guess what? According to the Bible, your lineage comes through your father.
Right.
And they declared their pedigree after their family.
It says they declared their pedigree. So what's a pedigree? You know what that is? A pedigree, that means a lineage. So this is our forefathers. They declared their lineage after what?
After their families, by the house of their fathers.
So the Bible just said that our lineage, it comes through our fathers.
Right.
So there is no such thing as being mixed in the Bible. Your lineage actually comes through your father. So according to the Bible, you be from the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
So you just prove that according to the Bible, the blacks, Hispanics, and the Americans, they're the Israelites. Deuteronomy 28 verse 15. So I want you to look at this sign real quick. What do you see on this sign? What do you see on this sign right here?
That's what I was doing, and I noticed what you're supposed to do.
Describe to me what you see on this sign.
Example, Southern Kingdom.
Mm-hmm. What's going on? What do you see right here?
He or she was whipping her back.
Yeah, there's whipped, right? And what you see right here? What is this?
They did business.
This is a ship, right? It's a slave ship. And you see yokes of iron, right?
I don't want no woman in my life.
Guess what? That's in the Bible. This right here, all this was prophesied in the Bible. Yeah, I'm gonna show you.
Of course.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Stop. So guess what? This is Moses. He's speaking to our forefathers. He's saying, it shall come to pass. So this is a prophecy. Right now what we're going over is prophecy. So Moses said, it shall come to pass, meaning it's going to happen in the future. So Moses is giving a prophecy about our forefathers.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, of which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So it says that. So is a curse a good thing or a bad thing? It's a bad thing. You don't want to curse upon you. So what the Bible said, it says, if we don't listen to the voice of the Lord thy God, which is this Bible, that curses will be brought upon us. Read again.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes.
It said observe to do all his commandments. Guess what? These commandments, guess what? They're given to God's people, the Israelites.
Right.
The blacks, Hispanics, and the Americans. It wasn't given to the whole world. It was only given to a specific group of people. In fact, we can prove that. We can show you that. Go to Psalms. Psalms 147:19. Guess what? the Bible was only given to the nation of Israel. It wasn't given to the all people. It's given to a specific group of people about their history. So again, this Bible is what we're going over is we teaching nationality. You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, your God showed the people, the Israelites. And our history is actually in the Bible. Us going on slave ships, that's a prophecy in the Bible. Us having chains around our neck, that's a prophecy in the Bible.
The book of Psalms, chapter 147, verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
So he showeth his word unto Israel. What's his word? The word is his Bible. He showed it to our forefathers. He showed it to our ancestors, which is us today. This Bible is written about us, to us.
He hath not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them.
So guess what? God has not dealt so with any nation. So guess what? No other nation has been through the stuff that we've been through.
Right.
And no other nation is living in the condition that we going through right now. Right. It don't matter anywhere you find the so-called blacks, Hispanics, we live in what kind of condition? What do they call it? What do they call the places that we live?
Places that we live in?
Yeah, well, they give it a word. They give it a word.
Place?
Yeah, what condition they call it? Yeah, where you at right now? What do they call this place? Is this all right? What kind of community they call it? Is it a good community? Is this a nice place to live?
This is a nice community.
They call it the ghetto. They call it the hood. That's where we live in. That's where our people primarily live in.
Right.
Live at.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city.
So it said, cursed shall thou be in that city. So how are we cursed in the city today? How are people cursed in the city?
I don't know. That's something you have to tell me.
All right, I'll tell you. Guess what? We live in the ghettos.
That's right.
That's where we live in. We got police in our community patrolling. We supposed to protect our own community.
Right.
We gotta have other nations come here and patrol our community. But we all men. We supposed to be a watchman of our own community.
Right.
We should be looking out for our own community.
Right.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to error.
So I want to ask you, what do you think that's talking about?
I didn't hear anything.
All right, we're going to read it again.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 3, and verse 12. As for my people,
So this is God's people. It said, as for God's people,
children are their oppressors.
it says children are their oppressors.
They're oppressed.
So what's going on in our community today? It said children are...
Don't oppress your sins on your children.
Mm-hmm.
Don't oppress your sins on your children.
No, that's not what it's talking about. So what? When you look at these gangs and stuff, who's running these gangs and stuff? Is it older people or younger?
I can't tell you.
All right, we're going to read.
Isaiah 3 and verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors.
It said children are their oppressors. So in our community, what oftentimes happen is that the young people, they become the oppressors. It's how they oppress us? Through gang violence. It'd be 12-year-olds shooting each other. That's what a lot of times that happen in our community. That's how children become our oppressors.
And women rule over them.
And it says women rule over them. So how do women rule over them? So a lot of times it's single parent households. So you ask a lot of these young men if they have fathers in their house. A lot of them would say no. That's how children become our oppressors. That's how we get in this low state. This is why we're living in the ghettos today. This is why we live in the ghettos today. You believe that? Do you believe that? You guess so? Oh, why you say you guess so? So do we not have gang violence in our communities?
No.
You say no? So we just live in a good area right now. People are on drugs right now.
It's not needed.
It's
not needed.
What's not needed?
For the people that's not a part of it,
You saying that what's not needed specifically?
Those are people that get protected.
Who's gonna get? I'm gonna show you who's gonna get protected. You only get protected if you follow God's laws and statutes.
Right.
That's how you get protected. That's how you get protected. 'Cause guess what? According to the Bible, if you don't come back to God's laws, guess what? We're gonna continue to stay in this condition. Because I want to ask you a question. What do you say is our heritage? What's black people's heritage today?
Heritage is basically the same thing around the whole globe.
So you're saying so all people are one. That's what you're basically saying.
We're all one.
But guess what? According to the Bible, God never said that. God gave us our own. He gave us our own heritage. We're gonna get that.
He created Adam, right, from earth.
Sirach 17:11.
So we're from one.
What's that?
And God be the head.
All right, go and get it.
The book of Sirach, chapter 17, verse 11. Besides this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for inheritance.
So it said, the Bible just said that God gave us knowledge. So the knowledge is this Bible right here. He gave us these laws for our knowledge and our heritage. That's what our heritage is. So what do we like to say? We like to say BET is our heritage. We like to say what else? Hip hop and rap music. But guess what? Who runs the hip hop industry? Is it our people who owns this record labels and stuff?
White man.
It's a white man,
Right.
exactly.
That's right.
So how can that be our heritage if a white man is the one running the labels and stuff? Who makes the rules to govern you to let you know what you can rap about? It's a different nation because they want us to be in a lower state.
Bring it out.
Now go back to Deuteronomy. Go back to Deuteronomy. So again, we're teaching you. We're going to show you that your history is actually in the Bible.
Right.
Black history is actually in the Bible. Go to verse 48.
It speaks about basically every region in that book.
Yeah, but it's a book about it's a book about our history. This is our history book.
Certain names in the Bible.
Go to Amos.
Certain names
Go to Amos.
in the book.
So guess what? You think God deals with all nations?
What?
You think God deals with all nations?
All nations?
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
All right, I got a scripture for you.
The book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole families which I have brought thee up from the land of Egypt, saying.
So this is the Lord. He's speaking to the children of Israel. So we're going to see if he's speaking to all nations.
Right. Don't worry about
Verse 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
He said, you only have I known. So this is God speaking. He said he only knows the children of Israel. Because guess what? Who was God dealing with when they came out of Egypt? You know anything about the Bible history, biblical history? So when the children of Israel came out of Egypt, guess what? God spent 40 years with them.
Right.
So he spent 40 years in the wilderness with the children of Israel. He wasn't dealing with all nations. In fact, God judged Egypt. He judged the nation of Egypt, because they had our people in captivity.
That's right.
So if he's dealing with all nations, then how come he wasn't dealing with the Egyptians? How come he didn't spare the Egyptians when they had us in captivity?
Right.
So he's only dealing with a specific group of people. Read it again.
Verse 2.
Verse 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
So
Guess what? Because that's why we're in the condition that we are today. Because we broke God's laws.
right.
He gave us his word.
Right.
That's why we live in the bottom. So guess what? The reason why we think that God deals with everybody is because of Christianity. But guess what? You won't find nothing they teach actually in the Bible. You won't find anything like that. So do you believe that God came to save everybody? You think God came to save all nations? I'm going to show you who God came to save. Get Matthew. Yeah. So guess what? We're going to show you that God only came to save the nation of Israel. he only gave his word to the nation of Israel.
Right.
He didn't come to say everybody. He didn't say that all nations be one. Wait for the fire truck.
The book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 24. But he answered, and he said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
So this is the New Testament. That's Christ speaking. He said he's not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. He didn't say all nations. He didn't say everybody, the whole world. He said he sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Read again.
But he answered, and he said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Again, so Christ only came for a specific group of people, which is these people on this sign right here. You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
That's right.
This is why it's important to know your nationality, know your history. Because guess what? Christ only came to save this group of people.
Right.
And we're gonna show you that. We're gonna show you the importance. Guess what? We're gonna show you that according to the Bible, you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you're the Israelites.
That's right.
Now get Deuteronomy 28 verse 48.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies.
So the Bible said, therefore, so he's speaking to the Israelites. So he's saying, because y'all broke the commandments, y'all gonna have to serve your enemies. So we had to serve our enemies. That's fine.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
So it says, and they. So the and they is talking about the curses. So the curses are what happened right here. You see this? Us going to slave ships, us being whipped and stuff. Guess what? Us going in captivity, that's in the Bible. We're going to show you. 48.
Verse 48. Therefore shall thou serve thy enemies, of which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst.
So it says, therefore shall thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee. So guess what? The Lord brought the so-called white men against us to do this against us. Because why? Why do you think the Lord did that?
The scriptures say, where there is no vision, the people perish.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV.
Do you know history?
I'm going to show you and prove to you that the Israelites are black, were always black.
Dance for time, just move up your body. Don't get loose and groove on the body. Bruise, wine.
Put on the armor, the procedure complete. Me nah go back, nah retreat. All traitors, every Jezebel must get delete. Me no sleep on a demon, me keep a full clip. Conspire me downfall, cause them want see me slip. Stay close to the real ones, we seal off and legit. Cause I gotta use them to keep your soul from the pit. This a war life. I swear that...
Alright, why do you think this happened? Why do you think this happened? It's because we broke God's laws.
That's right.
This Bible was given to the nation of Israel.
Right.
Matter of fact, go to Jeremiah.
Okay.
Go to Jeremiah.
If the children of God made from Adam and Eve, if the laws were broken between them, then the law was broken with God between the elders.
So you saying? So who did God give the Bible to?
Okay, that's why he sent the devil.
That's talking about something else. We talking about the nation of Israel. You understand that?
Repeat your question again. I'm trying to understand. Maybe I can.
He asked something about this right here while we are in bondage. It goes back to Adam and Eve, the book of Genesis.
Well, remember, after Adam and Eve, there was the flood, killed everybody, kept 8 people alive. After that, new covenant established.
Go back to 48.
Right? So this is part of that covenant.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 47. Because thy servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, and for the abundance of all things.
The Bible said, because we serve the Lord thy God sow it with joyfulness and gladness of heart because we want to do our own things. We want to follow up our own rules. We don't want to come back to God's laws. What's going to happen?
Therefore, shall thy serve thy enemies.
So because we broke God's laws, that's why we serving our enemies today. That's why we're in the condition that we are in today. That's why we're at the bottom of society. That's why we got police in our communities telling us what to do when we're supposed to be governing our own community.
And which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in...
So guess what? In slavery, we had to serve in hunger. We couldn't eat unless the white man gave us some food. But guess what? Just like today, you go to Walmart, Publix, that's owned by another nation of people.
Right.
So we're basically all unequally yoked based off of sin.
Right. Guess what? We still in captivity today. We still in slavery today.
That's why
it's another form of slavery.
That's right.
So guess what? Because we're in captivity today, the only way we're going to get out of it is by coming back to God's law.
That's right.
We're going to start keeping these commandments. I want to ask you, believe in the Bible?
Okay, in the commandments.
You believe in the Bible?
I believe in the Bible.
You believe in the Bible? Okay, so if the Bible says something, would you do it?
Bring it out.
If we showed you something in the Bible
that's a part of studying the Bible, studying the book and other cultures and having a better understanding of things. However, your interpretation is with things on life, that's basically your interpretation of things on life.
All right, we're gonna get the scripture real quick.
The book of Sirach, chapter 32, verse 24. He that believeth in the Lord taketh heed to the commandments, and he that trusteth in him shall fare never the worse.
So it said, he that believeth in the Lord, he taketh heed to his commandments. So guess what? If you believe in the Lord, guess what? You gotta start applying these commandments in your life.
That's right.
Because guess what? It's more than just the 10 commandments. The 10 commandments is just the foundation. There's more commandments than that. This commandments about your dietary. This commandments about how you're supposed to dress. Those are all commandments we're supposed to be keeping today.
Right.
But guess what? The churches, they won't teach you that. They won't teach you these because they want you to stay in sin. It's actually, they want you to stay in sin so they could continue to profit off of you. I want
certain scriptures in the Bible speaks of war and bondage, and that's why they don't read them. They don't read from healing abundance and healing the spirit. They only read from those scriptures.
They don't read, but guess what? But what should they be teaching you?
That's what they teach you in the book. They only read from healing and abundance.
But all right, we're gonna show you what they're supposed to teach you. Go to Malachi. So we're gonna show you what the pastors are supposed to be teaching you in this book.
You know,
because guess what? They're not actually teaching you what they're supposed to. The way they got the churches, guess what? They set up like a business, and so you keep coming in. You keep on coming in. So you keep coming in and spend money.
The book of Malachi, chapter 2, verse 7. For the priest's lips shall keep knowledge.
So it says the priest. Who's the priest? The priest today is the pastors.
That's right.
So the pastor, what it say? It said the priest's lips should keep what?
For the priest's lips should keep knowledge.
He said they should keep knowledge. So what's the knowledge they supposed to be keeping? What do you think the knowledge is?
Knowledge of healing and abundance.
Oh no! All right, we're gonna see if it said it. Keep going.
For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth.
He said the priest's lips should seek knowledge, and they should seek the laws at his mouth. So guess what? The pastors, what they supposed to be keep teaching you the laws.
That's right.
They never said healing abundance. Guess what? That's just so they can profit off of you.
Right.
They actually teach you healing abundance because the only way you're gonna get healed is by keeping God's laws.
Right.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family.
Nation is community. Nation is children with role models.